After you connect your store to Printify account, there are some settings you can adjust based on your preferences. In the menu, go to Store Setting. If you have more than one store connected, make sure you selected the right store from the top left menu. The first page is your store identity. First, you have the store name, which you can change here. This name will appear on the shipping form when your customers receive their package directly from the provider. So set it up the way you want to build your brand. Next is the store address. If you have more than one store and want customers to know about your other store on a different website, you can enter it here. For example, if you have a store on Etsy but also sell on WooCommerce and you make more profit on WooCommerce because of lower fees, you can add your WooCommerce website address here with your domain. So whenever someone buys from your Etsy store, they can also know about your WooCommerce store. The next section is for selling to European countries. They have different regulations, and if you plan to sell there, you need to enable this option. That way you can add the necessary information for European regulations. The next part is the address from which the product is shipped. Since print-on-demand usually does not have a return policy, you can use the provider's address, which will change based on the provider location. But if you plan to accept returns, you can add your own address here. You can also update the email so customers get the right support instead of relying on the provider support. To change the address, click Edit, then Custom, and update the details before saving. For European countries, you need an European address. So if you don't have one, leave it at ease. The next page includes more details. Here you can choose to send from a default address only for certain countries and use a custom address for others. You can also leave it as Printify defaults, which will use the address you entered on the first setting page. The next tab is very important. Here you can set what happens after someone buys from you. When creating a product, you choose a provider. Not all products have multiple providers, but many common ones do. You have the option to use Printify automatic system to choose the provider for you. This is usually based on availability. If a provider has too many orders and is behind or is out of stock, Printify will transfer the order to a different provider. This also happens if you originally choose a provider in the US, but the order needs to be shipped to another part of the world, which would increase shipping time. But there is also a downside to this option. Not all providers have the same print quality. Even if they offer the exact same product, they also have a different pricing. If you tested the provider and prefer its quality over faster shipping, you may want to disable this option. If you choose to enable this option, you'll need to set a few more preferences. Some providers have higher price than others. And here you can set how much of the price difference you are willing to allow between providers. This depends on your pricing margin. If you don't have much flexibility, you can set it $2, but you can change it. The next setting is for the product brand. If you sold a t-shirt from Gildan and only want provider that offer Gildan, you can set it to an exact match. If you don't care about the brand of the t-shirt or the product you sell, you can set it to a similar product. Printify will start with providers that match exactly, but if none are available, the AI will choose a different provider and brand. The next setting is for Printify Choice. If you go to the catalog and select Printify Choice, you'll see products without needing to choose a provider. You just select the product itself and Printify will automatically match it with the best scored provider based on location, price, and quality, and your printing preferences. They also promise that if the quality is not up to standard, you can send an image of the product from your customer and they will replace it. I haven't tested this myself, so I can't say if it's work as they claim or if it's just another way for them to control everything. You have the choice to enable or disable this option. You can also try it, and if you have repeated issues with your customers, you can turn it off anytime. The next part is order approval. Every order that comes in automatically from your store will sit in your Printify account before being sent to the production queue. You can choose to approve each order manually, meaning you will need to approve it every time a customer places an order. You can also set a delay before the order is approved automatically. Having a delay is useful because sometimes customers may request a cancellation or change to their order. The minimum delay is 1 hour, but you can also set it to 24 hours or choose a specific time for orders to be proceeded. If you want to check what time this will be for you, click the time zone setting link, which will take you to relevant settings. If you make changes, it's a good idea to save your other settings before adjusting the time zone. Some orders always require manual approval, such as custom products or order you created manually through the order form instead of receiving them directly from your site. The next setting is for tracking samples or manual orders. You can receive tracking updates as soon as production is complete. Get a daily report or disable tracking update entirely. Another option is for handling delays orders. If Printify knows that certain countries may experience delays due to political issues, weather condition, or other factors, they will hold your product before sending it to production. This gives you time to inform your customer about the delay so they can decide whether to continue or cancel the order. There are two settings for this: manually send product to production while holding order with shipping issues, or let Printify handle it automatically. If you choose automatic handling, you won't receive emails when orders are delayed or held. Be aware that some locations have restrictions, meaning certain products cannot be shipped there. Printify has a list of countries where it does not ship, mostly due to political reasons. To avoid issues, make sure to exclude those addresses from your store so customers in those locations won't be able to place an order. This is especially important for marketplaces like eBay and Etsy, where cancelled order can negatively impact your store's reputation. Lastly, you can choose whether or not to receive email notification about orders that have been processed by Printify or received in the system. Next is for those of you with Printify Premium. Here you can probably set some options related to the customer service Printify provided for your customers if you pay for Printify Premium. The next two tabs are about branding. If you want to add the option for a thank you note in Printify, click on Store Setting while making sure you're on the right store. Then go to Gift Message and switch the button to enable this feature. After that, click Edit Template to customize the message. Printify provides demo text so you can see how the custom message will look when someone adds their text. You can change the font, colors, and background. If you created your branding package insert card in Canva, you can delete all the extra text for the thank you note and just keep the background, so both cards matched in the design. When both options are enabled, the product card will always be included. And if a customer adds a custom message, you will get both cards. Keeping the design similar ensures a cohesive look. You can also just add your logo and leave everything else as it is. To change the text, click on the text, and at the top you will see the option to edit it. How to get a gift message into your checkout when using WooCommerce and Printify. You can customize the checkout field by adding a plugin. Install and activate Checkout Field Editor for WooCommerce. Once activated, go to the setting of this plugin. You can do this by clicking on Installed Plugins, finding the new plugin and clicking on Setting. Now you will see a list of all the checkout fields. Don't touch them unless you know what you're doing. Click on Add New Field. For the type, change it to text area so customers can see what they are writing. In the name field, enter something like thank you note or a gift message. Make sure you use underscore instead of spaces. For the label, write a call to action that lets customer know that they can add a message and that it is optional. Then uncheck the required checkbox and save. When someone buys from you, they can write a note at the checkout. Next, go to Printify and set orders to hold so you can manually add the message when processing the order. Unlike Etsy that will get the custom message directly to Printify, when you use WooCommerce, you need to do it manually. Go to Store Setting, then scroll down to Order Approval and select Manual. This way, Printify will hold the product production until you approve it. Make sure you have the gift message ready to send. Now go to your orders by clicking on Orders in the left menu. If you have an actual order, you will see it here, and you will need to click on it and approve it. Since I don't have an example, I show you how to do it manually. Click on Create Order, then select Manual. Now choose the products from the order you customer placed. You can add multiple products and search by product name if you have a lot of products. If the product has variable like size and color, you will need to select them too. Next, fill in the shipping information from your customer order. On the last page, you will see the option to copy and paste the message they sent when they created the order. This page will be the same when you have the order in place automatically from your WooCommerce store. If you only need to approve an order, just add the message on the last page and confirm it. This will send the product to your customer. You can find the customer message in your WooCommerce orders under the billing address section. Copy it from there and paste it and approve the orders so they can start create it for your customer. There are more settings in the Wallet tab, so let's go there. Here you have everything related to finance. In the first tab, you need to enter your payment details, including your credit card. This is because each time someone orders from your store and the order goes to Printify, they charge you the base cost of the product plus shipping. If you don't have a payment method set up here, you won't be able to fulfill orders, so it's important to add it. You can also add money to your Printify balance. This means you can deposit funds from your credit card, which will sit in your balance until someone makes a purchase. This is useful if you have issues with your credit card and can't use it for automatic payments. If this applies to you, click the option to pay with a balance, enter the amount you want to add, and top it up whenever it runs out. Another way to pay for production costs is to use your credit card directly. Printify will automatically charge it whenever they need to cover your order cost. Next is the billing currency. I usually set it to US$, even though I'm not based in the US, because every time you change currencies, there's a fee. I prefer to let my credit card company handle the conversion so I can control the exchange rate instead of letting Printify or another company decide it. Keep in mind that how your customers pay you and how Printify charges you are two separate things. Lastly, there is an option to upgrade to Printify Premium. This is worth it if you're selling enough products to make up for the monthly fee. If you sell around 30 products per month, the saving will likely cover the costs and make it a good deal. But if you haven't made sales yet, don't sign up for it. In the menu, you have a few more tabs. The second one is your invoices, which shows what you paid to Printify to produce your product. In the tax tab, you need to provide some information based on where you live. No matter where you are located, you still have to provide tax details for European countries, so they know whether you are part of their system or not. The last tab is for any money you can receive from Printify. The first section shows any cashback you've earned. The next is for coupons if you've received any from somewhere. Lastly, there's a refer a friend section where you get $20 for each friend you sign up and complete 3 orders. This is separate from Printify's affiliate program. And those are all the settings you have for your Printify store in the Printify setting. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.